Hello, my fellow Kenyans. Habari zenu wa Kenya wenzangu. I am Gakonga, the coach and the pioneer of Vision Total Football Kenya. The message for today is for our president, His Excellency President Uhuru Kenyatta. And the message of today is going to be, while you are in Cuba, I developed football economic analysis for you. I'll say it again. While you are in Cuba, I developed football economic analysis for you. My dear brothers and sisters, I am doing this video clip just to share Vision Total Football Kenya with our president, His Excellency President Uhuru Kenyatta, because our president is going to be crucial when it comes to the implementation of Vision Total Football Kenya. Like I said before, Vision Total Football Kenya is the vision that's going to usher in a new era for football in Kenya. It is the vision that is going to sort all our football problems in Kenya so that as a country we can benefit from the economic of sports. Sports in Kenya, and football specifically, is a multi-billion industry, and we must find a way to tap into the economy of sports. And the only way to get there or to do this is to have Vision Total Football Kenya become a government program so that it can be implemented by the government of Kenya. Therefore, it is going to be really important, it is going to be crucial that our president receives Vision Total Football Kenya roadmap first before anybody else. And this is going to happen. We are going to do a football evolution walk in a few months' time, and we are going to State House to deliver Vision Total Football Kenya to our president. My president, I want to share so much with you when it comes to sports. But today, I want to tell you the most guarded secret, in bracket, the economic of sports and the benefit that sports brings to England as a country. England sports economy currently is worth 2.6 trillion Kenya shilling. That means the amount of money that sports brings every year to England is equivalent to Kenya's entire economy times 2, or twice the size of our economy. And that is just sports alone. Yeah? The contribution of sports to the economy in England is equivalent to Kenya's entire economy 2 times. Therefore, sports is a huge industry. There is money to be made in sports. And this is why 5 years ago, I started developing Vision Total Football Kenya, because I know for sure it is a fact, Kenya as a country, we are not benefiting from sports. So many of our youths are languishing without jobs, and I know sports can deliver jobs. I know sports can help our economy so much. Sports in Kenya as an industry is capable of contributing 1.5% to our country's GDP. That is equivalent to what is expected to be contributed by standard gauge railway. Standard gauge railway is expected to contribute 1.5 to our GDP, country's GDP. And sports in Kenya is able to contribute the same amount. But the sweet thing when we come to sport is that sports, or implementing sports in Kenya and implementing the right system so that sports can flourish, is not going to cost anywhere near standard gauge railway. In fact, it is going to cost something so little. But yet, it is the sports can deliver the same amount of money that amount of money that standard gauge railway will deliver per year to our economy. Therefore, my president, let me start by saying again, the contribution or sports contribution to the economy of England is currently 2.6 trillion Kenya shilling. And this has not been always the case. In 2011, sports in England contribution to the economy was 2 trillion. 2017 is now was 2.6 trillion. That means over half a trillion growth in sport in England has happened just in the last 6 years. So our economy in Kenya, 1.4 trillion. That's our entire country economy. But England is able to grow sports industry in 6 years by half of our country's economy. That is something we need to look into, and it's something we should analyze, think about it, and implement sports in our country. But the biggest part of sport where we need to look is football, because in football contributes in England about 28% of the entire sports economy. So that means there's about 46 sports disciplines or different type of sports in UK, and football contributes 28% to the economy of sports. So that means the other 45 sports disciplines contribute only 62% to the economy. So you can see football is everything in a country. Football is everything. Football is the one that will deliver. Football is the one who will deliver, so that every village, every county, every constituency, every region and the country can benefit properly from the economics of football. My president, I want to tell you something else. 2015 Rugby World Cup was held in England. The income, that single year, 2015, the income from rugby was 250 billion Kenya shilling income that year alone. One single year income from rugby itself, 250 billion Kenya shilling. My president, you can see why I am so passionate about sports, why I started developing Vision Total Football Kenya, because I know through sports, Kenya is going to make it. Through sports, Kenya is going to make it. We have youthful generation. Therefore, sports implementation is a must, because this youth getting involved in sport, they will deliver. Talents will emerge. Economy will grow. Jobs will be created all over the place. Sponsors will come. Local economy will come. Everything will change once we have football implemented correctly. But for this to happen, we must go back to the beginning or to the drawing tables and then use Vision Total Football Kenya now to implement football properly, because where we have gone wrong in the past is that there has never been a vision, there has never been a blueprint, there has never been a roadmap. Now Vision Total Football Kenya is here. It is the roadmap, it is everything, and I look forward to delivering Vision Total Football Kenya to you. My president, there is something else I want to tell you. Football in terms of tourism, football tourism in England, the people who come to watch football in England, they bring to the country's economy 250 billion shilling per year. Just coming to England to watch football, that is what they bring. Sports tourism is equal to 250 billion Kenya shilling. But from that, 70 billion comes from football tourism alone. This is why I'm saying football is everything. Now, a football tourist spends a football tourist spends 70,000 Kenya shilling in England. And a tourist who is not coming to watch football, just coming to see other things, spends 50,000 Kenya shilling. So as you can see, football tourism brings a lot of money, because tourists who come to watch football spends 20,000 more than their counterpart. Therefore, my president, football is everything, and football implemented in Kenya, it is going to change everything. Football will never be the same again once Vision Total Football Kenya is used to implement football in Kenya. My president, I want to tell you something else. Sports in England as an industry, sports industry is ranked number 15 in England. So all the industry that exists in England, football is number 15. That means football now from 2015 is above motor vehicle industry. And you know, my president, how big is motor vehicle industry in England. But sports as an industry has overtaken motor industry. It has overtaken legal services. It has overtaken telecom services. It has overtaken advertising and utility services. It has overtaken accountant services. It has overtaken publishing services. So all this industry have already been overtaken by sport from 2015. So going forward, sports is coming again up and is going to overtake other industries there. So we are looking at a point where sports industry could be number 10 in England in terms of the amount of money that it brings to the country. Therefore, I say Kenya has everything that is required to have the best football. The only thing that's wrong is our football system. To tap into our football economy, we must have a new football system, a new sports governing body that is capable of governing and managing football in the country so that our football can grow. My president, I'll give you a simple example. Scotland is a country of 5 million people. And the Scotland football governing body, equivalent of FKF, makes 4 billion Kenya shilling a year. And Scotland only has 5 million population. Kenya has 50 million population. That is 10 times more than Scotland. But our football governing body, FKF, cannot make anything. As you know, my president, right now, FKF is begging the government to help them. On the other side, a country with only 5 million population, the football governing body there, equivalent of FKF in Kenya, can make 4 billion. At the moment, I have calculated FKF should be able to make 35 billion Kenya shilling per year and no less. That should be their income today. This date today and this year, 2018, my president. So something is seriously wrong with our sport governing body and with our football system entirely. And that's why I'm saying Vision Total Football Kenya is going to be the answer. I started developing Vision Total Football Kenya 2013 when you first became the president of the Republic of Kenya. But now it's completely ready. I'm just doing other things necessary outside that vision, and then I can get ready and deliver it to you, my president. My president, I want to tell you something else. Sports, volunteerism, people who volunteer in sport in England, coaching, helping children do things here and there, swimming, every sport volunteerism in UK. The economic value for that is 250 billion Kenya shilling again. So this is something also we need to tap into when we develop sports in Kenya. So we have people volunteering, doctors, walimu, MPs, they're all volunteering down in villages to help youth sports. And the economic value of that is going to be huge. So if I can summarize this and say this, my president, if England makes 2.6 trillion Kenya shilling per year from sports, if Kenya can only realize 10% of that, which would be 260 billion Kenya shilling, that would be a huge. Even if we did not realize 10%, if we can only realize 5% of what UK earns from sport, 5% will be 130 billion Kenya shilling. That is almost 10% of the entire Kenya economy. And we can definitely generate that from sports in Kenya. If we do the right thing, implement sport, and mainly football, with between 5 and 10 years, our economy is going to benefit hugely from sports. So my president, this message today, I just wanted to share with you so you can see my concerns when it comes to sport, my concerns when it comes to football. But football is my area. This is the area that I have been dealing with in UK, and is the area football is my area where I developed Vision Total Football Kenya to sort football issues, although other sports are going to benefit from Vision Total Football Kenya as well. My president, I want to say it again before I stop. Football is a huge economy if we do it right. And I want to say one more thing. From my calculation, each county in Kenya should be able to make 58 million Kenya shilling from football. And also, this is from youth football, not professional football. And I'm not talking about semi-professional, just youth football, which is a burden right now. It is actually a blessing. Every country in Kenya can make 58 million Kenya shilling per year from football. Youth clubs, huko mitaani village, where different villages, there is a potential for 3,000 new youth clubs opening bank accounts in Kenya. Each account holding no less than 150,000 Kenya shillings. That is a huge economy for our banks in Kenya again. And this money will be circulating in all the villages. Now, from there, when I look footballs, the amount of footballs that will be needed in Kenya, the income from that is 2 billion Kenya shillings, just from football, ile mipira ya kuchezea. And imagine the our pastoralist people in Kenya, the leather that is going to be needed to make football. Therefore, when I look at football, it is actually a revolving door of economic benefits. I cannot even start to explain what we are missing in Kenya as a country for not having the right football. And that begins by not having the right football system. So, my president, I look forward to share Vision Total Football Kenya with you. And one more thing again, when people play football or sports, when people are involved in sport, people don't get ill that often. Therefore, I have worked out this, and it is proven by professors that when people play sports, a country can save 10% of health budget. So if Kenya was to spend 100 billion in health, 10% of that would be 10 billion that would be saved, just because people are doing sport and not getting ill. Imagine that 10%, 10 billion now reinvested in sport to build clubs and to build sport facilities. So I will say it again, the benefit within sports is endless. And this is why I'm so passionate about sports. This is why I'm so passionate. And I really want to deliver Vision Total Football Kenya to you, Mr. President. My president, if you get a chance, I know you are a very, very busy man, and that's a good thing. But if you get time, please watch more videos that I have done. And they are in my YouTube channel, Vision Total Football Kenya. There is so much stuff that they are there in those clips that are so important to our country. My country of my birth, Kenya, the country that I want to save, the country that I want to help, so that we have a football that every other country can envy. Our Kenya Premier League should be able to export football in the next 5 to 10 years worldwide. Exporting football is going to be another huge market. Our TV stations are going to benefit from our football. Right now, they're scared. They don't want to sponsor any football in Kenya. But things are going to change, and our TV companies will sponsor our own football. I mean, that is a huge economy that's going to come through football. My president, I will stop here because I know you are a very busy man, and I don't want to make this clip too long. My name is Gakonga. I am a coach here in England, FA qualified coach, and FA in England means Football Association of England. So I look forward to see you, my president, to deliver Vision Total Football Kenya to you. Vision Total Football Kenya is our answer to all the problems that we have been going through for the last 25 years. Problems that have made our football die. In Kenya, we don't have football. What we have is kickabout here and there. Vision Total Football Kenya is going to help us usher in a new era for football in Kenya. And more important, benefit hugely from the economy of sports. Thank you, my president, and thank you for your time. Thank you again. I am Gakonga the coach and the pioneer of Vision Total Football Kenya. Asante, tuko pamoja. I ask you my supporters in Kenya, please continue to comment, to like, and subscribe. Tuko pamoja. And very soon, I'm going to do another video clip again to share with you so that we all understand what is Vision Total Football Kenya. And together, we are going to save our football. Pamoja, tuokoe futaa Kenya. Asanteni. And thank you, my president.